If you aren't supported by the people you love and surround yourself with, then it can and likely will be an uphill battle by virtue of the fact that these people will be reliant on your previous behaviors. And that's what we're discussing on this episode of the Smart Nutrition Made Simple show. Welcome to the show where we help you make smart nutrition simple. If you want proven nutrition strategies to help you build a better body and create the energy to show up for your family without overly restrictive and unrealistic dieting, then you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe and enjoy this episode. So a client messaged me the other day expressing her frustration over the situation that arose when she and her family were visiting her folks and her sisters out of town. Now, she was experiencing extreme guilt and fear around even telling her family members that she had hired a nutrition coach. And the reality is that for all of us, or many of us at least, family can be a significant obstacle when trying to make any type of change in our life, not just nutrition. I mean, let's be honest, right? There are very few situations where your family members are outright supportive and you're met with no resistance whatsoever. Especially when we think about family occasions and traditions and sometimes cultural norms, it can lead to being put in a precarious position, right? When we have these nutritional goals at play. And yet, even with full support of family, we often find ourselves in these situations where everyone else is eating and drinking whatever it is that they want, and perhaps that you would have likely eaten in unlimited quantities in the past. And psychologically, this can be quite a challenge. So frankly, if you aren't supported by the people you love and surround yourself with, then it can and likely will be an uphill battle by virtue of the fact that these people will be reliant on your previous behaviors, right? The ways that you used to eat and drink, your previous physical activity levels and beliefs around food and alcohol and exercise. You've always been the guy to load up your plate with seconds or thirds, or pound beers or take shots with your siblings. Maybe you used to be a dessert fiend and now a small portion is all you choose to consume. Usually, this is accompanied by comments like, "What's wrong with you? You don't need to diet. You're fine just the way you are." Or, "Come on, just try this. Grandma Jane worked so hard making this for you." Or, "Come on, man, live a little, just have some, just have a bite, just have a sip, just taste this." And or, even better is the backhanded and passive-aggressive comments to other friends and family members, suggesting that somehow you now think you're better than everyone else, right? And what this really translates to is, by you changing, it's making me feel bad about my own habits, and I'm actually just jealous of your discipline. In other words, sabotaging you is always going to feel easier for them than actually facing the reality that they need to change their own behaviors. And naturally, it's not uncommon when faced with these peer pressures to put other people's preferences and comfort in front of your own to minimize the friction you may feel, because it's just easier to resort to your previous eating and drinking behaviors. Right? We don't want to upset everyone. We don't want to make a scene. It's just easier. So, is it possible to find a happy medium to participate in some way without compromising your plan, to seemingly please those around you without resorting to your pre-existing behaviors? And the answer is of course, but there are two distinct facets here that will continue to drive success. So first, you need to have a plan. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. Maybe you'll get all the support you desire and things will be a breeze. It's unlikely, but it is possible. However, should things prove to be turbulent, you'll already have determined how you're going to navigate the situation through both how you communicate to those that consciously or unconsciously try and take you down with them, and and what you're going to have and not have that will meet your existing goals. So how we communicate in those situations, right? And what we are choosing to eat and what we're choosing to avoid. 2, you are under zero obligation to please anyone by sacrificing your values. If they're upset that you're not drinking with them or eating mom's pie, then that's on them. You're not maliciously saying that pie sucks. At least I hope not. Rather, you're simply upholding and you're honoring your decisions and goals around food. It's not your fault that binge eating and drinking is a societal norm and rationalized as acceptable regardless of the occasion. Really, it's not. So play out these scenarios in your mind, write them down, put the pen to paper, write out these scenarios. Again, the communication that's going to happen, what you choose to eat and avoid, and have the confidence to know that why you're doing this is more important than any short-term emotion, pleasure, fear, angst, guilt, stress that may come to fruition by virtue of an unsupportive social support circle. And also know that as your nutrition skills improve, navigating these situations becomes increasingly more frictionless as you'll have developed the tools to ensure that you are the only person, you're the only person that can sabotage your own success. But that's certainly a topic for another video. Listen, losing weight is about so much more than simply eating this and avoiding that, as you well know. If you want to know more about the types of nutrition skills and behaviors that are necessary to navigate the real world, day-to-day chaos, and make lifelong change, then let's have a conversation. Just shoot me a DM and we can discuss whether the Smart Nutrition Coaching Program is the right fit for you. Assuming it is, then I'd love to invite you to join. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you so much for listening, and if you found this content valuable, here are 4 ways I can help you in your nutrition journey for free. 1. Grab a free copy of my Fat Loss Fix Guide at fatlossfixguide.com. 2. Join my free group at smartnutritionmadesimple.com. 3. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at smartnutritionmadesimpletv.com. 4. Leave a 5-star rating and positive review so that we can gain access to more nutrition experts ready to share their knowledge with you and ultimately help more people make smart nutrition simple.